Greetings, vac fans. Well, I haven't forgotten about the 200 millimeters of baking soda in the carpet test. I got my particle meter, been having a blast with it. Feel free to check out all my tests with that. But I want to go back to baking soda, or essentially really fine particles, essentially pushed into medium pile Mohawk carpet. So on the right, over here, so I'll get my finger over there, that's a DC65 Animal Complete. In 2015, that was $700. That's what you paid for it because that's the year it came out. Over here, you have one of Hoover's least expensive bagless models at the time. And in 2015, although that's not the year it came out, I could find this machine for $70 in, like, say, a grocery store on sale, for example. So, can a machine that's 10 cents on the dollar be comparable to a machine that costs hundreds and hundreds more, 10 times more? Will it pick up anything? And if so, how much? If you go back to my DC65 baking soda in the carpet test, if I'm remembering right, we picked up 80 millimeters or 40% after the first 10 passes. So let's put these two machines head to head and see what happens. And just like in my previous test, we're going to go ahead and do a pre-vacuum with the actual test vacuum. And we'll see if it can pick anything up. I've pre-vacuumed the carpet a bazillion times with Kirby's and so on and so forth. And it should be completely, utterly clean. But we'll see a before and after, obviously. And we will continue vacuuming until either I fall asleep, you fall asleep, or maybe my battery runs out. Got some good passes there, 10 passes. Better not be anything in these cyclones, although there could be a piece of bonus debris, I suppose. Well, what we have is, looks like we've got no flour to speak of, but we've got some loose particles in there, and that's just what's coming up because, after all, this is my test carpet, and that's kind of what it picks up now, since I've used it so often. And also there's probably some remnants of something still in some of these cyclones. But abso-positively, no baking soda whatsoever. So, let's put some in. Let me make sure I've got a decent mark. I know to vacuum up to, we'll say there. That looks good. And I've mentioned before, this really is a lot of flour. Of course, I suppose some of you may have carpets this dirty, but I don't agree in doing a vacuum test where somebody puts like a pound of sand in 1 square foot and then vacuums something up and goes, look, this machine's better than the other machine. That's too much debris in too small an area. That's just ridiculous. Alright, so move my paper there. And we'll do the first 10 passes and then take a dump into the straw and measure it. moment of truth. So the Dyson got 80 millimeters out, which at the moment kind of seems like a lot. But let's see what this does. Yeah, I think that's all I can get out. Let's separate. Got some bonus material in there. Throw that out. Amazing what we have for loose carpet fibers. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Squeeze that together. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a challenger. Maybe it'll be a complete fail. Let's see. There's that. Nothing there. Got to make sure we can read this. And we started out with 200. That's the mark. Well, 20 centimeters, 200 millimeters. And we have, let's see if I can make sure that you see that. We have a little more than 80 millimeters. I'm going to say, let me see if I can do a better job. I'm seeing about 84 millimeters. Like I said, I hope you can see that. About 84 millimeters. Now, I will say that I think there's some bonus material in there, but the Dyson would have been run under the exact same conditions. Let me see, maybe I can tamp that down a little bit more. Get a little more accurate reading. Say 82, because I did tap the Dyson one down a bit. But we're still looking at like, say, low to mid 80s, right around in there. So this is essentially the same. If the measurements are a little off here and there, nobody's going to run out and get rid of their vacuum to go and get a machine that is like 5% better one way or another. But in the first 10 passes, this inexpensive machine has just about the same performance. In other words, no appreciable difference with flour in medium pile flow-through carpet. That's pretty nifty. All right, let's keep going. Incredible performance out of this very inexpensive machine. All right, here we go for 20 complete passes. Separate out a little bonus material there. See if I can separate a little more out. Seems to be bonus material night here in the lab. All right. After 20 passes, we are looking at drum roll, please. I'm seeing 11.5 centimeters. So wow, that's well over 55%. So we're getting up there. That's really something. I'm seeing 115 millimeters. So I think that'll help. So 11.5 centimeters. That's really something. Nice. Nice. So we're almost up to 60%. So let's keep going. Here we go for 30 passes. I got to keep saying it because I'm going to forget in this very long test. We've already done 20. Just finished at least 30 passes. Looks like we're still picking up more. And we're picking up more bonus material. In a minute here where I pick that out. Loose carpet fiber night tonight here in the lab. All right. No, that's actual flour. Okay. Want to be as accurate as possible. So here is 30 passes. I think with the Dyson we went up to 60 and then everybody fell asleep, including me. "30 passes, and we are at I'm going to say 128 millimeters. 128 millimeters. That's something. So we're well over 60%. Obviously that would be 120. Heading towards 65% or so. It's after 30 passes. Let's keep going. And you can keep sleeping or fast forward to the end of the video, whatever you like. Here we go for 40 passes. I did one more pass in there than I should have. So at least 40 passes. What we're picking up is obviously slowing down. Seem to get plenty of debris in there. I think the Dyson did better with getting less debris. I have to go back and watch that video, because I certainly get lots of little pieces of carpet fluff. They're fairly easy to pick out, but it's not perfect. Okay, so this is after at least 40 passes. See, we're not picking up that much anymore. So we'll be nearing the end of this test. I'm sure that'll make everybody happy. So let's see, I'm reading 13 and a half, 135 millimeters then. 13 and a half centimeters out of 20, 135 millimeters. Not bad. Especially for something so incredibly inexpensive, huh? Okay, here we go for up to 50 passes. Alright, there's certainly at least 50 passes. Oh, I think I'm going to try to pronounce your name right. Thomas Rechtenwald? Hopefully I got that right. I think you had requested a shout out. If so, and I haven't messed up your name, how you doing, Mr. Rechtenwald? Alright, so here we go with solid 50 passes. Maybe that's 60 passes. I've kind of forgotten where I am. I'll have to go and rewind the video to see where I am. Alright, so I think it's 50 passes. We are at close to 14 and a half centimeters. I'm going to say 143. That's about what that looks like for me. So we will do one more set of 10 passes, and if I haven't messed this thing up, that'll be about 60 passes that will match what we did with the Dyson. And I think the Dyson got about 75% up, and it looks like this is going to match that one way or another. I might be off by a pass or two, but you get the idea, I hope. Alright, this should be 60 passes, unless I've gotten my count wrong here. And you can see we're really to the point where we're just barely picking anything up. We are getting something, but it's pretty minimal. And this is mostly carpet fluff. Right here. This is just frankly mostly carpet fluff. It's a little bit in there, but boy, it isn't much. Here, that's a tiny little bit. Alright, that ought to be about equivalent. That's what it bunches up to. I can see there is a little bit, well, I still want to pick that out. I want my test to be as accurate as possible, within reason. Okay, there we go. That's that. We'll tamp it down. And I'm going to find my ruler. So we started with 200. Now you know there's going to be a little bit of dirt in there. You've seen this all the way along. The Dyson would be under the same circumstances though. And we top out at, get that straight, at 15 centimeters or 150 millimeters. And that, if I'm remembering right, is the same after 60 passes. I think we're at the same amount as the DC65. So anyway, way too many passes, and we still don't have all the baking soda up. So I think it's safe to say that an inexpensive machine can, in some circumstances, equal the expensive machine. How about that? At least for small particles buried in the carpet. I think that was very revealing. So you can all wake up now and hoot and holler and tell me what you think. Until next time, bye-bye.